We got a big scrum here as Saupier is right into it here with the Winterhawk, and now Lemire getting into it with Cade Rudig. We got a bit of a scrum here. Now Denis runs into Carson Dick, and now here we go. Up on the right wing side, everyone kind of getting into it. Corbin Vaughn right into it here with Reed Brown, and Saupier's really running into a hawk here on the right wing side as the young boys trying to get some spark here and create some frustration going back to Portland.
Nothing outrageous here. Not too much.
Hoy and Carls going back and forth.
Yeah. Just setting the scene for game 3.
Some penalties on both ends, I would assume.
Just some minors to get them off the ice, get the last 29.7 seconds out, done. We now have made it official, 6,016. That is now the official full sellout for a Prince George Cougars home game. That means every seat, every standing room.
In front, intercepted by Rochak, cleared to the point as we enter the last minute of play here in the third period, and we're going to see some rough stuff start to boil over. McCann gets into the mix of things. Pacheco's lost his helmet. Everyone's grabbing a partner. We're dancing here in Medicine Hat in the final minute of game 2.
Sawyer Dingman, Marcus Pacheco there in the mix. You got Josh Van Mulligan pulling a guy out. Pacheco, he's looking at Merrick Rochak, talking to him, say, if you want to go, let's go. Meanwhile, you got Van Mulligan on the far side tied up with Kurt Rooks, and this started from a high and deep elbow from Sawyer Dingman into the back of the head of Marcus Pacheco. That conversation continues on the near side. Caden McCann getting the crowd fired up. Ethan Newtons is paired off with Jason McFall. And seemingly Pacheco and Rochak will get split, and all will eventually find a little bit of a cooler temp.
Took 59 minutes, but we finally got to a point that we reached, it felt, 15 minutes into period 1 in game 1.
Oh, Gavin's got trying to make one more shot. Gavin unloads, saved by Unger. There's no rebound time. We'll took down, and a rugby scrum immediately develops as everybody picks a dance partner. McQueen's into it with McCutcheon, I believe, and the Wheat Kings have picked somebody to square off with Shipley throwing punches at Gustafson. Chadwick comes into the pile. Wormel very slow to get up in the meantime. He heads to the bench. There's no love lost between these two teams, safe to say. Gustafson and Shipley are into it in the far corner, but all of this pushing, shoving, and punching will come to naught. The Wheat Kings will fall 4-3. Another valiant pushback that came just short. This one far better as a heated Shipley has to be bodily wrestled away from the jeering Hurricane bench. This series is far from over, but the Wheat Kings are in a big hole, and they're not going home, they're going to Verdon because of the Manitoba Winter Fair.
Towards the goal, that's patted away by Worthington. Now Barrett will sweep it up the right wall. Sukumis plays around behind the net. Now here's McKenzie, and we've got a fight at center. Jack Toogood, Lyndon Barrett are gonna drop the gloves. Toogood and Barrett walk up, nobody able to fire a shot yet. Waiting for the first man to make a mistake. Now Toogood tries a couple uppercuts. Barrett fires a couple jabs with the left hand. They still haven't got things going just yet here. Now Toogood tries to go across the top, and now they'll wrestle each other. And Barrett almost looked like he was going for a German suplex there. They're still wrestling around with each other here. And the officials trying to separate them. Neither guy was able to land a shot through this. They put the theatrics on it. Barrett's gonna get the crowd fired up.
Wow, this is a case of Toogood trying to get his team fired up, trying to send a bit of a message.
Shake shot saved by Hicks. That's the cover. And Sloan coming in quickly. He's going to force Newman and Miskey to come in support.
This is where you see tensions boil over.
As you can see, Jake Sloan has his bucket off as he takes it, trying to take a swipe at Miskey, and Miskey antagonizing. As we have two loose sticks, a bucket. That's a yard sale out in front of Johnny Hicks's net as Sloan was.
Wetch is in on a breakaway. Wetch deeks to the forehand. Can't put it past the left pad of Evan Gardner. Play whistled down even though the puck is free at the left of the goal. And now we're going to get a scrap. Wetch and Hastad throw down. The linesmen aren't letting them come together, and the fans are going to be disappointed. Linesman Cody Hughesby and Jacob Hicks prevented Tastad and Wetch from coming together and throwing and chucking the knucks, as they both seem to want to.
Well, a big sequence of events there. Carson Wetch got in on a breakaway on Evan Gardner, and Gardner stayed with him the whole way, made a...
Portland with the puck now on neutral ice. Lifting out the right wing. That's offside from Portland. We got a lot of pushing and shoving. Ryan Miller and Jean Lajoie, they both dropped. Ryan Miller fake dropped his gloves. Lajoie then also dropped them. And now they're both going to sit in the penalty box.
Well, Miller seemed frustrated because he was in the Prince George end. He couldn't get back outside the blue line, caused the offside there. And now we've got some coincidental minors happening, as you mentioned, with Lajoie and with Miller. This all comes 10:02 into